This is Jeffrey Aaron reporting tonight from Vancouver, Canada, as the annual meeting of IATA Cargo, the World Cargo Symposium, delivers an opportunity to find out what industry leaders are thinking. After record losses in 2009, we wonder what will happen in 2010.
Oliver Evans, Chief Cargo Officer, Swiss International Airlines. I'm delighted to be in this lovely city once again for the second time in my life. So what brought me here, first of all, the sun.
Yes.
Secondly, of course, this event, the IATA event, which is one of the big dates on our annual calendar as an industry. Yes. I think it's extremely important that we have a venue where we can discuss the major cargo issues, where we can talk about the burning points which we need to solve, where we need to work with others, and IATA is just the organization for the airline industry, but the FIATA and the WCO governments also have to play their part, and I hope that we will be able to strengthen the relationship with these other associations. At the end of the day, it's a matter of leadership, and we need to stand for this industry to make sure that our voice is heard, is recognized. Cargo, unfortunately, is not yet punching its weight in terms of the voice within the industry and with the wider public, even though it is well known that especially intercontinental flights without cargo could never be viable.
Tell me what the priorities are right now at Swiss World Cargo, and how are things looking moving forward as we go down the road in 2010?
Well, 2010 has started off in a very different way compared to last year, of course. There is currently a surge in traffic as companies rebuild their supply chains and the stocks that they need. How strong traffic will remain for the rest of the year still has a number of question marks against it. The reality is that, as you know, unemployment is still rather high in a number of countries, yes, especially in Europe and North America. Many governments have incurred huge debts, and there will be a taxation burden coming on top of this. Still some question regarding bank financing. Yes. So a number of challenges remain, and we may very well see a double dip, or at least some plateauing of air traffic during the course of 2010. Yeah. So in terms of Swiss International Airlines, the priority clearly is capitalizing on some of the gains that we made last year. We tackled a number of issues on the cost side. We implemented our new IT operating platform. We still have some hard work to be done in finishing off what we started during the crisis year. We have continued to gain market share with our very clearly focused business model and strategy. We have no intention of changing that strategy, but the work remains to be done in terms of cost structures and process control, and especially returning to some of these things that we're discussing here, e-freight, secure freight, etc. We need to make sure that we really engage in a dialogue and speak for the industry and lead with top-down measures to enforce the adoption of measures that will ultimately benefit the consumer and all the users of the industry, all stakeholders, through the elimination of costs.
Yeah, you've been around some time now, Mr. Evans. Where do you think this goes in terms of a timeline? And also, I wanted to ask you, aren't there some new destinations? We're out on the left side of the North American continent. Some new destinations that Swiss is attempting to fly into?
Sure. Swiss, as you know, is still a very young company. Yeah. Just a few years, and we went through a major expansion phase in 2008, and now we're in a period of more steady growth, building on the profitability which we still achieved last year also. And we are going to be adding one more intercontinental destination, exactly as you say, San Francisco, the beautiful city of San Francisco, yep, to which we'll be flying daily from June onwards.
Yeah. You see us coming out of this the timeline I was thinking about. How do you think the timeline figures in terms of all this turbulence that we see in the markets and so? Think it's going to be, this still going to be kind of a up and down year, or what do you think?
I think it's going to be an up and down year.
Yeah.
Certainly in a much firmer position than we were last year,
Yeah.
but it is going to be
Okay.
a challenging year still. And I think looking ahead, some of the historical patterns that we've relied on, whether it is seasonal patterns or growth patterns, some of those have been fundamentally disrupted, and there will be fundamental changes in trade as especially Asia continues its surge forward, while older economies like the European ones lag behind. Some of these shifts are taking place and will change the world that we have become used to, and we need to be alert to those changes in order to be able to take advantage of that.
If you'd like further information on developing air cargo topics, go to www.aircargonews.com. If you'd like a free subscription to Air Cargo News and to our thrice weekly publication Flying Typers, write to me, Jeffrey, at aircargonews.com. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and keep 'em flying.